Apple's brand new M6 Mac Mini is finally here. And in this breakdown, I am going to answer the two biggest questions on everyone's mind. Number 1, should you actually upgrade your current setup, whether you are still rocking an older M1, an M2, or even the previous M4? And number 2, which exact spec should you buy, and which expensive upgrades should you completely avoid? Because let's be real, some of Apple's config upgrades are still a complete waste of your hard-earned money. And for a few specific power users, you might actually be better off stepping up to the new M5 Pro model instead. Before we get to that buying guide, let's break down all 12 major changes Apple packed into this little powerhouse. For the first time ever, Apple didn't give their newest silicon to the iPhone first. They dropped it right into the Mac Mini. The M6 is built on TSMC's cutting-edge 2nm process using Gate-All-Around technology, or GAAFET. To put it simply, this fixes the nasty power leakage and excess heat issues from older chips, letting Apple push clock speeds way higher while keeping the machine whisper quiet. Apple completely redesigned the chip layout here. You now get 3 distinct core types, 2 supercores, 4 mid-level performance cores, and 6 efficiency cores. Those supercores handle heavy single-threaded bursts, pushing single-core Geekbench scores to around 4,700. That is roughly 27% faster than the M4. For multi-core, you are looking at nearly 21,500 points, which basically matches the raw processing power of the older M4 Pro. This is huge. In the past, if you needed more than 24 gigs of memory, Apple forced you to buy the expensive Pro tier. Now, you can configure the standard M6 with up to 32 gigs of RAM, saving you a massive chunk of change. Apple gave the unified memory a noticeable speed bump. The base model runs at 153 gigabytes per second, while the 24 and 32 gigabyte models jump all the way to 170 gigabytes per second. That extra bandwidth keeps heavy data transfers flowing without stuttering. We finally get a 12-core graphics engine on the standard chip, up from the 10-core limit we have seen for years. Between the extra cores, improved shader architecture, dynamic caching, and hardware ray tracing, graphics compute jumps by 30%. It comfortably crosses 100,000 points in Geekbench metal, delivering incredible rendering performance for a base desktop. To keep that dense 2nm silicon chilled under sustained rendering loads, Apple redesigned the internal cooling chambers. Airflow is noticeably improved, meaning zero thermal throttling even during long export sessions. Here is the biggest surprise under the hood. Instead of a single neural engine, Apple stacked dual 16-core units inside the M6. This machine was built specifically for local on-device artificial intelligence. In real-world prompt tests, it generates local text responses up to nearly 5 times faster than the M4, making it an absolute dream for running local language models right at your desk. Apple also quietly refreshed the Magic Keyboard alongside this launch, updating the top-row function keys to match modern macOS layouts. If you already have your favorite mechanical keyboard, it will plug right in, but the default ecosystem is now fully unified. Connectivity gets future-proofed with Apple's new N1 networking silicon. You get full Wi-Fi 7 support, ultra-low latency Bluetooth 6, and built-in Thread networking, turning your Mac Mini into an effortless smart home command hub. Say goodbye to basic gigabit speeds. The Ethernet jack on the back now ships with 2.5 gigabit speeds right out of the box. You can still pay $100 extra for 10 gigabit networking, but for most home offices and fast broadband setups, 2.5 is plenty fast. Out of the box, the M6 runs the latest macOS Golden Gate operating system. It features a much smarter Siri with complete on-screen awareness, letting you reference documents, photos, and browser tabs effortlessly. Now for the one downside, the price tag. The new M6 Mac Mini starts at $899, with 16 gigs of unified memory and a 256 gigabyte SSD. While that is higher than the previous entry price, the massive silicon leap still makes it one of the best value for performance desktop computers on the market today. So, who should buy which model? If you just need a reliable daily workstation for office work, general browsing, and casual 4K video cuts, the base $899 model will easily handle your workflow. However, if you do any creative work, do not buy the base 256 gigabyte storage. Bump that internal SSD to at least 512 gigabytes, or ideally 1 terabyte if you manage client projects. For photo editors dealing with massive raw catalogs, upgrade that unified memory to 24 gigs. 16 gigs will bottleneck that powerful M6 chip when working with heavy multi-layer files. And if you are running local AI models at home, max out the RAM to 32 gigs. Paired with the dual neural engines, it turns this compact box into a local AI powerhouse. Now, should you upgrade to the M5 Pro instead? Only if you are a professional who needs top-tier multi-stream GPU rendering, or if your studio setup demands ultra-fast Thunderbolt 5 ports, since the base M6 stays on Thunderbolt 4. For everyone else, the standard M6 with a memory bump is the sweet spot. Drop a comment below with your current Mac setup, hit that subscribe button for more deep dives, and I will see you in the next one.